Hey everybody, welcome back to Mark's Basement Arcade EM and Chat. Today we're gonna finish the Vagabond. It's been a busy week. As you can see, Hollywood Heat is gone. It is back with its family, and they're enjoying the hell out of it, which is good because that was a good, fun game. I don't know if you guys seen the stream that we did at Dave's Arcade. He's on Twitch and YouTube, so you can check that out. We might be a little flaky with the stream today, just so you know. I can see I'm dropping frames already. No wonder if Sunday's just a bad day to stream, but I don't know, we streamed Friday night and it was perfect, so I don't know what the issue is. Alright, I'm going to flip over to the other camera right away, and we're just going to get right to work. I will show you everything I have done. Alright, all the lights have all been fixed. Let me move my audio. There, that should be better. I went through and did every single light bulb. Every light bulb's been done. Every switch has been done. What we have left to do is get the flipper rebuilt and do the slingshot. I even got most of the underside done. I am waiting for the sleeve for this to get done, and that's about it. I do got my new laptop over here going, so we're okay with that. Just I'm apologizing in advance if we have any stream issues. I do want to cut this off because I do want to clean those. I even went to a shorter cord, but honestly I think it is just my internet. I don't know. My daughter was playing a game, and I think that might have been hogging some of the bandwidth. I don't know, I got a solid green light now. So, my kids think it's funny where they don't have to get off the internet when I'm streaming. So I just told one of them that they can get their own telephone then, and if they want to be like that, they can pay for their own phone and they can stream their videos and whatever they want, all they want. But I really need to get you guys going. Alright. Did I clean this all? No, I gotta get my buzzer. And we will clean that. Got the old buzzer. We gotta put an EOS switch on the flipper too. So yeah, we got quite a little bit to do. And if we can, we're gonna get into the bottom board too. We should be able to get into that. I don't see why not. But this is basically done. Alright. Just want to get a good close-in view on that. What we gotta do now is take the coil apart and get it so we can get a new sleeve in, clean it up, all that good fun stuff. All that super fun stuff. But like I said, this will be at Midwest Gaming Classic. That's where it's getting delivered. And then the new owner, well, not the new owner, the original owner from many years, he will take it back home. We do need naphtha and something to pull that out with. more football. Don't have to worry about that. Ooh, I'm almost out of naphtha. Actually, I am. We got nothing left in here. I will have to fill that up real quick. I have that in the other room. I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. I am actually running low on naphtha. 6481 drop frames. Yeah, I'm still dropping frames. Alright. I've been using this actually lately, a 5/16 thing to push out coil sleeves. And it's been working really good, as you can see. Where's my garbage? I'll use this one over here. So yeah, it's actually been working really nice for doing that. I do need to buy some more naphtha when I get to Menards. If you don't know what Menards is, it's like a super awesome DIY super center. I can't really say it's like Lowe's, but if you know what a Lowe's is, it's comparable to a Lowe's. I think it's superior to Lowe's. The reason why is because you can actually go to Menards and buy a house. Well, actually order a house from Menards and build it. And then when you're done ordering the house, you can go back to Menards and basically furnish almost your entire house through Menards. And then you can even buy food at Menards. You can basically get everything you need at Menards to finish your house. Oh, and I forgot my blue marker. That so we can mark this off as done. But yeah, this game's coming along real super nicely. When we're done underneath here, I'll flip it over on a Playfield. You can see how far I got. I wanted to do the Playfield rebuilt on the stream. However, these old Playfields with the posts that go through the plastic are just a real pain in the butt to do. There's a lot of colorful language that can come out, so I basically just did it the other day, and I'm like, oh well. But you guys are getting to see everything else. Wrench, here we go. If anybody has any questions, go ahead and ask them. Right now, also on the side, I'm doing a Matahari Playfield swap. And then during that, now I am fixing my Flight 2000 because the MPU died the other day. We thought it might have been the bridge rectifier, but I tested power in. The power is correct. But another thing was to do was check the, what do you call it, the chips on the board. And I wiggled a couple of them, and I wiggled one, and it popped completely off the board. So I was guessing that probably was my initial issue the whole time with Flight 2000. So I always had some weird, really odd issues with characters and stuff being screwed up on the displays. I just want to find 3 baby screws. This should be a big one. Okay. If we remember, we went through this the other day. These really non-stressed things on the board here used smaller screws to attach them versus like the big coil used fat daddy screws to attach them. Anyways, we get that, and that. Yeah, and that's good. So I remember last week we were building one of these the kicker, the saucer kicker, and one of them was binding up real bad. We had to switch sides. And that's what it was. This one we don't have an issue with, but it was just the saucers. They wanted to be back to their original side. I should have left this off actually. So now I gotta move you so we can see the flipper a little better. Is there a lid here? Alright. Flipper rebuild kit laid out in pieces. So we can get that going. And all the pieces, yeah. Alright, we will move you here. Try to get that in the center as much as possible. Need my blue marker. Oh, we're dropping frame rates like crazy. Gotta get my good old-fashioned Arnold Palmer. I just got some more of this yesterday. Thank you, Miss Dippin' Donuts. That tastes different. Don't know why. All right. Blue, you're rebuilt. Screwdriver. There, you get my soldering iron over here too. Let's get that other bin that we're not using. parts in it. I did rebuild this flipper already. So we're good on that. I think this was the same wrench. Yeah. And also, we do have 2 other streamers on TVmgc. We have Barricade, which streams whenever he can. And then we also have Jason that should be streaming tonight, but I think he did stream on Friday, if I'm not mistaken. He still may stream tonight, not sure. If he does, he does. If he doesn't, you can rewatch his stream on TVmgc, or we do have a dedicated Midwest Gaming Classic channel on YouTube now that Jason started up. I think Jason started up, not sure. Coil stop doesn't seem to be that bad. However, still getting a new one. Neither one of them really seem to be that bad. Maybe they're good spares. I don't know. However, this is getting new ones. New coil stop and new coil sleeve. Holy cow. Man, that was fun. That's why we are short on naphtha. Because McDummy has got 2 bottles of it. What was wrong with the little one? Oh, I think the I don't remember. We're gonna reuse up this big one. I think the cork, the what do you call it, was the rubber gasket was getting jacked up or something, and that's why I went to a different bottle. But anyways, they're both full now, so we're not worried about it. Just gonna clean up this bracket. Clean up the coil. Coil sleeve. Ooh, yeah. Tech tip. Coil stop. Coil sleeve. Oh, that does not want to go in all the way. Tech tip. Get something heavy and hard. And you can get the coil sleeve in there all the way. There. The coil rebuild kit, flipper rebuild kit, does come with new screws. However, I like these better because they're nutted on the back. old ones are shorter. These are longer. So therefore, these I like better. I can put nuts on the back of them to secure them even better. Let's get this tightened. And why am I not using a nut driver? Kind of only use it on one of these because they're so close to each other. So just figured just use a wrench on them. Or if we were in England, matey, it would be a spanner. Boy, is my English bad, isn't it? Still hard to get around there. There we go. Alright, got that done. There we go. And then I'm going to do something a little different too. This, I'm going to loosen these up. And we'll push this coil sleeve back in just a little bit. Tighten these down. There. There we get a little bit tighter coil. Alright, that's done. They do got a little rock to them. There's nothing I can do about that. These screws. What the hell is that? That's not the right screw there. That's the right screw. Alright. Well, when we got extra screws, that's what we use them for. A little bit longer, it's a little bit fatter. However, it will do the job correctly. I do want to get this in. Also, what I had to do, as you can see, it's got the 3 holes here. Those are all slightly stripped. So, instead of just putting this back in where the holes were, take it and give it just a little turn and then make new holes. But I want to see exactly where the spring attached. So I got a new spring too. It's right here. That's my new one. So it's clean. So I gotta look through my videos. Flippers. Let's put that back. Notice the screw is right there, and then the spring is right there. So the spring is attached to the playfield there, and then the spring is there. This one. All right. washer for it. There. That goes like that. That goes like that. I know you can't see it too good. And if we have too much tension on the spring and if we don't get enough oomph on it, what I'll have to do is take these screws in and turn it that way a little bit. I won't know until we get the Playfield put back together. That's just how you could check those. I'm just checking for gap right now in the Playfield. Alright. I believe I checked this one too. Yeah. So whenever you make new holes, you gotta make sure that these bushings go in straight, not cockeyed or anything. So otherwise, it will change the position of the flipper on a Playfield, and you can wear a gouge into it. But those are good. All right, EOS switch. We need the baby screwdriver. Baby screwdriver. We don't need the soldering iron. Might as well get that over here. I was just building a bridge rectifier for my Flight 2000. A Weebly. There we go. And then solder. I can show you that later. Alright. Phone can go in the pocket. This can go there. This can go over there. We don't need that yet. We do need the new EOS switch, which is right here. We do need to solder because we're gonna flux this up. There. So, all these videos that I do, I make so you guys can learn what to do and also see if you do want to do this. Because not everybody can rebuild machines. However, if you get some knowledge under your belt where you can see exactly how to do this, maybe you can, and you just don't think you can rebuild these. But you won't know until you try. You have to try. Once you learn, maybe you won't be good at it. You know, not everybody can be good at it. But you gotta try first, and that's why I make these videos, and that's why I got Mark's Basement Arcade, to show people how easy or how hard it is to do these things. And that's what my passion is, to educate you all as best as I can. That's if you want to be educated. Not everybody wants the education on this, which is alright. However, that's what I want to do. I just want to help everybody as best as I can. However, you just can't help people that don't want help. Or don't think they need help. But like I said, that's what my videos are for. And you can watch them and learn if you do need help or you want help. Or you're just learning to see if there's different techniques you can adapt or try. There. I can go back there now. We will have to retweak the US switch once it's back. But it is at least in a general position where it could be. No, I don't want to put that there. I want to put it here. That back screw is what had the coil screw in. So we're just going to replace that one. There we go. That screw was overkill for it, but that other screw that was on there was not appropriate. This is going to be funner, because that's a new word. Funner. Okay, I didn't even do anything with that. It gets warm quick. Alright. The wiggle test proves it's on. If I can't pull it off with my fingers, it's on. Oh, no, I have some soldered on totally wrong. That's what happens when you solder with the wrong hands. Normally, I'd be standing exactly where you are, soldering this on. Where did I put that little screwdriver? I just knocked it down, didn't I? Yeah. It's got like a little strand. There. Alright, EOS switch is on, flipper is on. Those are rebuilt. What we do need to do, is we gotta take this and marry this to the linkage. Sorry, I'm going to have to do it close to me. It's because they sent E-clips for this kit. The E-clips are wrong for this. And this will end up going like that. Now it's just about if this has enough power to pull in, and that will dictate if I need to take that spring and turn it the other way. to loosen some tension off of it. But we'll see. But I ended up making them both a little tighter, but yeah, I might have to make them a little bit looser. Like I said, we would just take this mech, the bushing, and turn it over that way, and in this one we turn it over that way to release a little spring tension on this. However, we just want to get that off and out. The reason why, because they might fall apart, because I'm not putting the flippers on yet. But we did get that rebuilt. Oh, and these turned out beautiful. Both of them turned out so beautiful. Hey, ironic Pinball. I caught the tail end of one you did 2 weeks ago. I have not seen you work on this game this old before. 0 up. Thank you. I just got my Gottlieb Pro Football game put back there. Awesome. I am happy for you, and I'm happy that I am helping. That's why I am here. I totally appreciate your comments and you being here. Thank you so much. And I'm glad you are up and working. I just went to go play my Gottlieb Hit the Deck today, and it's dead. Well, it's not dead. The first thing it did, it didn't want to kick out a ball. And then after that, I played one whole game. And then it didn't want to reset the tens, hundreds, thousands reel. Didn't want to reset it at all, so boo. But that's, like I say, with EMs, you need to be on top of them. If you're not on top of them, you have issues. But that one I did have, always had a couple little quirks with it, with odd little things. I think I had a problem with that score reel before, so I think I'm going to take that score reel apart, and I wonder if I got spinners on the reset. I might have that. Alright, this playfield is done underneath officially. The only thing I really need to do is I'll have to put the flippers on, but otherwise it's done. But I want to clean up these Jones plugs right now. We will do that. I'll get that rectifier board out. I will show you the bridge rectifier I just built. Well, it's almost done. Here we go. This is one of the Weebly bridge rectifier kits. It comes with this nice bag here that is full of all these pieces. So what you have to do is solder everything to the board. Everything has to be soldered to this board. This board is just a green blank board, and you have to put everything on it. Focus. There we go. So yeah, I had to put all of that on it. I have the bridge rectifier last. But these right here, these and these, are basically the exact same thing as this rectifier. So this will go there. I have to put that on yet. I just wanted to clean all this up first, and then I have to put the heatsink on top of it, like that. This got like a special tape that sticks to it. But I wanted to build all this first and then get all the back cleaned off. As you can see, there's a lot of solder points on there to clean. And all the holes you see right now, that's where all the wires from the system go into. So this can disperse the power to Play 2000 or whatever you're putting it in. And what else do you got there? No, that bridge rectifier is for the power supply on my Flight 2000, right there, Flight 2000, it is dead. I'll show you what it does. That's it. That's all it does. It just has power. It has general illumination. No attract mode, no nothing. The computer died. I was always having problems where you'd turn it on and you'd have like weird digits on the display, and it just was doing weird things. But like I said, I did a test on all the power being, because I thought maybe the bridge rectifier was bad, and I did a test on that, and everything was getting the right power to everywhere. But then on the MPU, the other thing is check to make sure all the chips are seated and clean seated. So I went and wiggled one, it seemed good. I went and wiggled another one, wiggle another one, and wiggle another one, and it just popped right off in my hand. So the whole chip, it was poorly soldered because I barely wiggled it and it fell right off the board. So I'm like, I just ordered a brand new Weebly board. So it's going to get a brand new MPU in it. And since this still had the original bridge rectifier from the factory, I decided, well, we're just going to put a brand new one on, because this is from what, 80, 81? So it's like time that it should have a brand new one. But no, this gives you your power for, your power comes into it from the wall, and this disperses it to the correct power for the flippers, the correct power for all the coils, the correct power for the computer, the correct power for everything. This breaks it down or upgrades it into the right voltages. And these, you know, after 40 years, they just get bad. Usually the fuse holders go bad, or these get burned up. One of the bridge rectifiers, there's 3 here, it's just these are different looking. One of those usually takes a dump, or the sand resistors fail, or the board just gets burned up. But yeah, all right. And so we're going to clean up these Jones plugs. Jones plugs. What we're going to do, green 3M scrubby pad. Just going to go over and clean them really good. Get the corrosion off of them. That's all you really need. Just want to get them a good shine to them. Get the corrosion off of them. I know some people say you should polish them. I personally just get the corrosion off of them to get a good shine to them. It does the job. Let's go between them now. Yeah, I think the Playfield, we're done with the Playfield. But I'm going to show you the top of it, so you can see how far I got along on the top. My dumb self, I just totally forgot to order 3 rubbers that I thought I had. So they're 4.5-inch rubbers, and these older games that really liked using giant rubbers to do everything on them. So those are nice and clean. I'm surprised I'm not coughing like crazy right now, because usually when I clean these, it makes me cough. That's all you really need to do on Jones plugs. These are just basically a quick connect between the playfield and the cabinet. There we go. It's got a nice shine on them now. Dirty. Clean. Let's see if I can tighten in on that. Clean. They got a nice shine on them now. And then dirty. They're dull. These are all like on all the older games. You don't see them much on new games. New games use the Molex connectors, like on a bridge rectifier. They're basically tiny little versions of these. Just think of these as the original Molex connectors, or the Molex connectors as the original Jones plugs. This works really good when you get a new 3M scrubby pad. But technically, the Jones plugs, when you plug them in, this front side doesn't even really get touched. It's basically the two sides, the inside and the outside is basically what gets grabbed on the Jones plugs when they get plugged in. But people like to see everything cleaned on it. So I just clean the whole side. Everybody's like, well, why don't you clean the inside? I'm like, well, it doesn't touch there. But it's also like when I clean the coils on a game, when I put them back together, they really don't need to be cleaned. It's just, I'm there, why not clean them? And that's the exact same thing with the Jones plugs. I'm doing all this, so why not? But this is really a good necessity to do on any old EM, is to do this, because this is what your connection is between everything. You can have a lot of odd issues with your game if these are dirty, or if they're not tight enough where they get a good connection. This can be one hell of a issue you have with your game. Alright, now we're going to take this, lay it back there, zip strip it back down. I zip strip them down just because I don't like them being in my way when I move stuff around. Zip strips are cheap enough. Okay, we got everything done here, right? I still need this sleeve. That should be here next Monday or Tuesday. We should have a brand new sleeve for this coil. And then this is all done, except for this side. Alright. There. As you can see, this is as far as I got. And we're still getting screen freezing. It's not my computer, it's the internet, because we just streamed all Friday and we were solid green. Alright, everything has been all done here. All the pops are all ready to go. 4.5 inch rubber here, 4.5 inch rubber here, and a 4.5 inch rubber here. So we got to get them on. We just did one of these slingshots. We got our flippers rebuilt and ready to go on. This has, like I said, the little baby ones. And they go on one way. They go on like that. because if I put them on this way, on top it's printed flipper, and they'd be upside down. So these flippers on these old games are actually directional right and left. But these polished up beautifully. This game would actually be pretty killer if I put modern flippers on it, because they'd be longer. It'd be that much more longer. So, yeah, but that's what those would look like. Otherwise, yeah, with these plastics, you got to post. This one doesn't count. And the post goes through the plastic and screws down. So in order to put the rubbers on, you have to have the plastic ready to go with it, because it just attaches that way. And that's one thing I can't stand about these old games, how they did that. The newer games would have the posts with a pole that sticks up on the top of it, and then plastic would sit over the top of it and then just be screwed down a little bit with like a acorn nut. But otherwise, yeah, we're done with the Playfield. We're on to the, what do you call it? I can get rid of these extra screws. We're on to the flippers. I mean, other Playfield. Oh, you did order that? Good. I'm glad. I'm glad that helped you. But like I said, yeah, it's what I use. Yeah, right here. Same one I use, the MM400. It's great. It's got a temperature probe that can hook onto it, so you can see how warm things are getting. I never use it. It's just something extra, but it does your ohm testing, your voltage testing. This is what I use to determine that Flight 2000 is sending all the correct voltage everywhere, and it's just a bad MPU. That MPU had a lot of acid damage that was fixed at one time, so I'm thinking, well, yeah, that's part of the issue right there. Yeah, in order to get a good Playfield, you have to start out with a good Playfield, and this one was fortunately well taken care of through its whole life. What I did was I stripped it down to nothing, and then I cleaned it off real good, and then I polished it, and then I waxed it. I'm just plugging in my laptop right now. It's a brand new laptop, so the battery isn't fully like 100% doing what it needs to do right now. So I can see that the battery is getting low. So I'm putting the charge on. Yep, there we go. Alright, so let's move this. But yeah, it is silky smooth now. Yeah, it's got some wear on it. I did fix wear over here. This was just all raw wood, getting all tore up. Up on top, we had the ball arch. I filled that in as good as I could, and I retreated it to get rid of the groove so we don't have bad damage anymore. But otherwise, yeah, I think it's doing its thing. Alright, so let's get rid of this Playfield. Let's do this. Right now. There. See, now since I got that cord, it's not hanging in my way of anything anymore. I don't have to worry about tripping on it or dragging it on the floor. These, you always want to take them and lean it as much as you can, so all the weight is pushing like that. Alright, let's get this out. we have to get these off here. This is a jig I made too. If you're interested, it's on my Mark's Basement Arcade. You can learn how to build one yourself. This is the exact same inside as the cabinet. Exact same inside. That goes there. So it's basically like taking a Playfield out of your machine and putting it into a portable cabinet that you can put on sawhorses. So it's got the same resting here and everything like that. So yeah, if you ever want to do work on your machine, not in the machine, that's what these are for. And then I added these right here. So now, when I take the relay board out, it sets perfectly. Out of the way. I can do whatever I need to do on it. It's not going to be in my way. Everything's perfect. So we're going to work on this today. I'm going to show you things I do to them. Alright. What do you use to fill in the ball groove on top of the playfield? There's a product called Varathane. It's let me get it. That'd be easier than just to tell you. Turn off the light. All right, here is what I use right here. It is Varathane Ultimate Polyurethane, and it's water-based. This is semi-gloss. You could use gloss or you could use matte, but I figured semi-gloss would probably blend in on more machines. This right here will last my life, my kids' life, their kids' life, their kids' life. I barely touched what's in this can, but this was like the smallest can I could get. But yeah, Varathane. This is local in the Midwest. I don't know, excuse me, if you can get it anywhere else, but this is exactly what I use. Oh, cool. You're using the same jig. That's awesome. All right, let me get a couple other little things here. I'm going to show you how I clean these playfields and what I do. And I'm going to show you how we fix the other end of Jones plugs. We could probably do that right away. So you got the one end I showed you how to clean. I'm sorry about the stream glitching, but there's nothing I can do about that right now. Might as well get over here and do this. Alright, let's get my buzzer. I just call this a buzzer because my original one I had was so loud it just buzzed like crazy. But like I said, this is the Harbor Freight one. Once I break this again, I fixed this once already, and this is the newer one. I fixed this once already, but when I break it again, I'm gonna get the Harbor Freight one. I just want to use the hell out of it till it's broke. This is a real Dremel 443 bit. These are like $10, so you can't like go wrong with them. But I do want the cord one because this cord here, I'm constantly tripping over it. What you're going to do is you're just going to take your Dremel with your 443 bit and just go in the grooves there. Let me see if I can get that in a little bit better. So you can see I just went into the grooves here. That's just a light socket, so I figured I'd clean it. Then, I'm going to have to get on the other side of the camera. Then you're going to take a needle nose pliers and you're going to squeeze these together. I don't know how good you can see that, but you can see these are tighter together than these are. So, like I said, on the Jones plug, on these Williams, it just grabs the sides. It doesn't grab the front or the back of the Jones plug. It just grabs the sides. So if you squeeze these two together, now when that Jones plug goes in it, these two are going to scrape along it and make a real super awesome connection. But yeah, sometimes you take the needle nose pliers and you just turn them, and that actually gets a better squeeze. You're more like bending them then. But yeah, now those are kind of like V-shaped instead of being like this. Now they're like that. So when that Jones plug goes down the middle, it spreads them open and it pinches the drain. The what do you call it? The Jones plug. So I'm just gonna do that on this side too. I think next week we might start another project. I am not sure. Alright, and then we're done with that. Let's get to some relays. We'll work on cleaning some of these here and here. Same thing with this. Oops. We're just going to go between each leaf. Alright, we just went through all that, got those cleaned. Now, I'm going to take my little brush. This is just a nice little soft bristled brush. I'm going to go, and I'm going to sweep these off as good as I can. This just leads to the next step. So we're going to vacuum this board. I'm going to start coughing pretty soon, or sneezing. I have to, because I can feel it. I want to go through first and make sure all my connections are good for the leafs. Tweak them and adjust them if I need to. Yes, that 443 tip is better than sandpaper. If you look at my really, really old videos, that's all I used was sandpaper. And everybody kept telling me, dude, get the Dremel, get the Dremel, get the Dremel, just quit using sandpaper. Yeah, the Dremel is like, boom, I'm done. It's like you're instantly done with everything. All right. I'm just going to tweak some of these. I got to get a different, what do you call it? Leaf adjuster tool. That one's my special one that I use in odd, tight spaces. I just want to make sure every switch leaf moves enough when it's engaged. So I just want to make sure they do a nice cleaning on herself when they're working. These are all doing what they need to do. I'm just tweaking them all a little bit to make them do a little bit more than what they were doing. They were fine, actually. I'm just tightening them up a little bit. I'm tightening some of them up. I got one bent here. Sometimes you got to overbend them a little bit and then bend them back to get them to do exactly what you want. All right, those are all perfect. Perfect as I'm concerned. All right, now I can take my funky things off and we're going to pull out all these screws in this area. I need to get my longer bit for that. These I also got off Amazon. These are awesome. I got these off Amazon too. These are longer bit adapters. These are great. I love these things. So it just lets me get down in there. And this screwdriver is awesome too. This is a gyro. I go drop off both of them. This is a gyro screwdriver. So you hold the button down. Let me see if I can get it in full screen. Hold the button down, and then the more you turn it, and then the same way you turn it back. Notice my thumb is staying down. Now it's neutral. Now if I turn it the other way, awesome. And you can turn it into a gun if you want to. I don't like the gun. Removable battery. Came with two, and then it's got your torque. I just keep it on max, and then I keep my hand loose on it. That way when it does tighten up or break loose, I don't have a firm grip. It's just easier for me to control it then. I need to take all these out because this is the only way I know how to clean this board good. Yeah, this is another tool that I got turned on to. This is one of my favorite tools that I bought. So if you feel like you're still using a screwdriver because you're still turning your wrist, but you don't have to deal with a trigger or a switch that tells you to go forward or reverse. This just does it all for you in one swoop. Okay. That's what I love about this. Model number, okay. How did I know you were going to ask? DCF680. 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 DeWalt. Yeah, I love this thing. It came with a bag, a charger, and 2 batteries. My friend just bought one, except he got 1 battery. And the only thing I don't like about having 1 battery, I use this thing a lot. So when my battery goes dead, I'm done working, you know. It's just, you're done. You're done. So I don't like being forced to be done. I want to just keep going. I'm going to have to clean these real quick, and then we will take that off too. That's one thing I don't like about this Harbor Freight Dremel. This one's got like a short overload protection on it, so it shuts itself down for that split second. That's one thing I don't like about it. Oh, and it's also got a magnetic tip. Oh, and this is another cool part about it. It's, you push and this comes out. Snaps in, you push this up and this comes right out. Push, it locks. Push up, out, and it's got lights. I like it. So it's, yeah, it's quick change. Get your battery indicator there. Shows I got 2/3 of a charge left. This is magnet. It's got a magnet in here. However, I also have one of these little things. Right here. You can get these on Amazon too. Magnetize. You just move your stuff in it. And it magnetizes all your stuff. And then you can demagnetize too. One more. Okay, I believe I got all those out now. Let's get my screws out of the way so I don't knock them all over and lose them. Brush. I hope you saw all that dust that was coming off these as I was buzzing them. That's all the corrosion that these have accumulated over the years. Okay. Washer. Look at all that. You got globs of solder that has dripped on it. Piece of plastic from pop bumper. Now I can just vacuum all this out. That's an easy way to vacuum. Okay, if you want to know the vacuum I got, this is a nice little Craftsman 1.75 peak horsepower, 2.5 gallon. I don't know what the model number is on this. But it's super stupid quiet. Model CMXEVBE 172500. But yeah, it's just a 1.75 peak horsepower, 2.5 gallon vacuum. But it's quiet. Oh yeah, it's right here. Duh. See? Oh, never mind. That's for the bags. Yeah, this is for the bags. But yeah, it's a good little vacuum. I love it. That's, like I said, that's the only way I know how to clean this really good, but it's a big difference on that cleaning. Big difference on cleaning. Now the fun part is, put all the screws back in. I'm going to do that, and then we'll go through the score motor a little bit. But yeah, it's I think the only good way to clean this. I know a lot of people just take everything off at one time and go through it. And I'm like, damn, that's a lot to take off. I still have to clean this one Jones plug too. But yeah, then you get the fun thing of putting all these screws back. Where's that fat juicy one? There it goes. I'm going to put that back over here. That's for the wiring harness. But yeah, then you just go back and screw everything back down. The fun part. But yeah, it's like I said, it's the only way I can feel where I can clean this off real good. And it does a wonderful job. And the other good thing about it too, it lets you know if you got any loose wires right away, because if you got any loose wires, you're going to break them off. Which is good though, because if you did that and they broke off, chances are they were going to break off soon in the game while it was being played, or if it got moved or anything, chances are you'd break one off anyways. I have done that. I have did exactly what I showed you, and have broke wires off. So, which is a good thing. That one. Put that over there. Well, maybe it's this. Yep. I had a real tiny one in there, and that's probably what it was for. Alright, you guys seen enough of the screwing that down. Now we're going to just go to a score motor. We'll do the same thing on a score motor. Score motor is going to be a little harder because you have to really manipulate yourself to get around down into everything good. I have to put my cool Harbor Freight magnifying thing on so I can see good. other side of the game so I can see these switches better. Is that it? It's just that one bottom one with a double stack? That's awesome. Alright, let me get my leaf adjuster tool and we're just going to go through a stack of switch, and spin them around. Now the trick is finding out which way this goes, and from what I can see it goes around counterclockwise. Because the switches are set up like this. And if I went backwards, it actually could go either way. I believe it goes this way though for some reason. I would feel that it would push on the switches instead of pushing this way. You know what I mean? I'm just going to get into a groove here. I'm going to watch all these to make sure that they do what they do. And then slowly wiggle it back and forth because there's these little dimples in there. Yeah, you can kind of see them right here's one and here's one. And then this wheel is riding on one right now. I'm just saying as I move it, each leaf is moving and doing what it needs to do. Same with this one. So now that I got two that I see that are working correctly, I'm just going to mark them. So now I'll just move to this one. I don't like that one. It just looked dirty to me. I know I cleaned it. They're all engaging pretty good. That one I just like to bring a little tighter. Alright, that one's good. We're going to go this one now. I'm going to tweak this one a little bit. I want to tweak this one a little bit. This one I want to untweak a little bit. This one I just want to tweak more. Not too far. This one, it just didn't have a big enough gap that I liked. Alright, that one's good. Now this whole score switch assembly I'm going to have to get in there clean with, what do you call it, Q-tip. Ceramic Zyklon resistors. Oh, it's not your game. Yeah, what is it called? I remember Ship Ahoy, it kept burning out the wow bulb. It just would burn it out like crazy. Because I put a 47 in it, and it would glow super, super bright, and it would burn it out. And I had somebody who told me there should be a resistor on that wow light. And that resistor drops the power down because it's fired off a coil or something like that. And without, you have to put a 44 back in there, otherwise it will burn out whatever you put in there. And I'm like, oh, duh, that makes sense. Okay, I'm going on this switch right now. What's up, Dave? How are you doing? My Flight 2000 took a crap, but I know that Flight 2000's touchy with you. However, if you want one, I'm going to have one for sale. I believe that's good too. I have two of them. I don't like these either. I know I clean them, but yeah, they still look dirty. It's just a reflection on them. And those are good. Score motor's done. Let's see what we got. Some feature lights in these games, yeah. Yeah. People like aluminum coil sleeves. I don't get that. Yeah, it's a soft metal. You don't have that good wear. You got a nice smooth wear to them, but damn, them things just destroy themselves after a while. You got all that dirt and powder, and it's just horrible. I'm against aluminum coil sleeves too. I think they're horrible. I pull them out. A lot of people are like, oh, I clean them and put them back in. I'm like, ugh, no. I like the nylon ones that I use. The only time I use aluminum is when that's all I can use, like on giant coils. You know, ones that fire banks and stuff like that. That's like the only time I use aluminum, because you can't get, you know, to whatever. And then 99.9% of the time, I can clean them up and just reuse them. Because that bank usually fires once per game. It's not like a flipper or anything. So yeah, usually you can just reuse them. Now yeah, I got the tedious task of going through this score motor, sticking my finger in everywhere, and cleaning as much junk out of it as possible. Some people will disassemble this like goat shed. I'm not getting paid to tear apart a score motor and clean it completely like that. I am not doing a restore, doing a rebuild, refurbish. Yeah, this will clean up really nice. tear up my finger to clean it though. I get as good as I can. Can be better than what it was. Put it that way. So yeah, this Vagabond's looking really good. So now what I got to do is I have to unmount the square motor and lift that up along with all this stuff over here, and then get in around that, clean these two up, and then this board will be done, and then just go through the Jones plugs and the fuses here, make sure these are all the correct fuses, which I don't know. I'll have to look on the schematic, which I have, and then make sure these are all the correct fuses. Oh, you can't see that anyways. Right here, make sure these are all the correct fuses. There are no diagram here, it's just I know by the schematic I'll have to look at the wires and see what they lead to, either this side or this side, and it will tell me what fuse is what. I like how it's got the mercury tilt on it still. Can you see that? Yeah, right there. It's still got the mercury tilt. My Twinkie's got that too. I think I disconnected it. I remember as a kid, my dad would get all these old thermostats, and he'd take them and he'd break them open, and he had a whole giant jar of mercury. And I remember playing with that all the time and sticking my finger in there and going around and going like that. And we didn't know that crap was poisonous. I played with it a lot. Maybe that explains a lot too, you know. Who knows? Maybe that explains some things. But yeah, I remember playing with the mercury. I'm okay. This doesn't come with the vacuum. And you guys didn't even see what I just did anyways. I just went over these real quick just to make sure that they were clean on top again after flipping them over. But yeah, if you do want to get this vacuum, this does not come with it. This is a genuine Kirby part though. At least I think it is. I believe it goes with the Kirby. It doesn't say Kirby on it. Usually everything that's Kirby will say Kirby on it. And this doesn't. But this feels like horsehair, though. It looks like horsehair. Oh yeah, it says Kirby right here. Right there on the inside. So, this is missing from my wife's vacuum. Don't tell her. Alright. So yeah. I think, I'm going to finish this on my own. Yeah. You never saw a game of Mercury Tilt. This is the second or third one. And yeah, and sorry for my glitching. I don't know what's up with the internet on Sunday. Last Sunday it was perfect. This Sunday it's been glitchy. Friday night we streamed Dave's Arcade at my house and had 0 issues. Yeah, I think my Twinkie has a mercury tilt. Well, this tilt that's on here, this is like that ball that rolls. So think of that. It's still got the regular tilt here, but it's got no tilt. But this is like the ball. You know how you got the little ball trough that's inside the cabinet? So when you pick up the front, the ball will roll to the back and hit the switch. That's basically what this mercury switch does. But as you know, at mercury, it's a lot more touchy than a ball rolling, because that ball will take a little bit to roll. This is like boop, and you're done. So it says right here, to adjust the mercury tilt, loosen wing nut At the slotted position, move tilt bracket to desired position and retighten nut. It actually says to adjust mercury tilt. That is awesome. Dare me to lick it? But yeah, I think I'm going to mess around with this after stream's over and just finish this, put the rest of the screws back in it. Vacuum out the cabinet. And the only thing I really have to do on a cabinet is this trough. I don't think I can get the camera over there. I might be able to. If I do it slow enough. It's got this whole trough here. I do need to take that apart and clean it. One of the ball switches. This is at 3 ball right now. I'm going to see if I can get it to 5 ball. But one of the ball switches, there's these little metal loops that are like in here. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 4 of them, and then one at the end here to let you know the last ball went through. Alright, these are like tilted up like this. And when there's a ball on it, it pushes them down like that. That lets the machine know that there's balls in a trough. Because this is a 5 ball game or 3 ball game. So whatever you put in a game, that's what it knows. And it just gets changed when you move the ball release mechanism from this point to this point. If you bring it further this way, it looks like it would do a 5 ball because it would let 4 balls load up in here and then 1 in the thing, and then it would cue to the machine that the game is fully loaded up with balls, and then every time a ball would drop down here, it would lay on top of one of these switches. Well, anyways, one of the switches, it's down like that, and the hook that comes around and actually hits the leaf went over the top of the leaf, so the leaf is always closed. So he said it was only like a 2 ball game, and that would explain why it was only 2 balls, because that leaf is closed instantly. So it's telling the machine you got 2 more balls left to play, even if there was 3 in it. So I do have to take that apart. I got to put new flipper switches. Really rebuild this. I don't know if it's got, I think it's got the wrong spring on it. I'm going to put a lighter spring on it. Rebuild the elevator. I'm going to leave the door alone. It's got some old Williams logo on it still. I don't want to mess with that. There's a hole drilled here in the cabinet. This still takes dimes. You put a dime in it and you get your game. Since it's going to be an MGC, it's going to have to be on free play, and there's no way to free play this game. It's just you make 2 contacts and then it kicks this into action. The only way to make free play is you got to put a button on it to trick the coin switch. But there's a nice hole here already. So what I was going to do was take a nice old EOS switch. I'm going to mount it on the back of the hole. Well, let's say this is on the back of the cabinet. And through here, I'm going to have Dave print me up it's going to look like a giant nail. It's going to have a big flat head, and it's going to have a post coming through. And that will come through this hole here, like that. And then when you push on it with your finger, it's going to contact these 2 switches here and make it think you dropped a dime in it. It'll be an easy mod that he can take off. Like I said, it's already got a hole here, so that would make sense. I can't do nothing. Normally I'd put a switch on the coin, but it's already like in action. I am going to redo all this wiring for the coin switch because this is just wrapped around. So it was a very intermittent thing on how it worked, I would assume. Otherwise, yeah. Head's all done. I gotta vacuum out the cabinet. I'll probably do that next. I have to take the world's biggest schematic. I have never seen one this huge before. Oh, slam tilted closed. Yeah, that will do it. But this is, I've never had a schematic that is this giant before. This thing is huge. It is longer than a game, but there's like nothing to this game. It is just that big. It's kind of cool because it's really well drawn out so you can see it. However, I'm gonna go copy it, PDF it, and then put it up at the Pinball database because Vagabond isn't up there. So I got a schematic now. It's the customer schematic, but since I got it, I'm gonna take it and copy it and then load it up there so other people can use it someday. Hopefully, get some use out of it. I do that with every game I got except for Gottlieb. What I do with those schematics is I copy them and then put them on my computer. So, but yeah, Vagabond, we don't have that. They're free. Well, you could probably buy one, but Williams doesn't care, so they can go online for free. But yeah, I'm gonna have to. That's about a 1/2 inch too on the back. I figure the pressure of the leaf, if I put real hard pressure on this, it will spring that button back. I think we'll do the job. Just bend that tight like that, so it puts a good spring on the button to keep it poked out of the machine, so when you touch it, you go beep. I just dropped a diamond. Yeah. Well, that's weird walking around like that. I knew a guy who used to make videos like this, and he'd walk around with the camera in front of him and talk to everybody. Arcade Crusade. We'll do that. Why is my screen blue? Oh, because I'm laying on top of it. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do. So what I'll probably end up doing is I'll probably end up making a gameplay video of this game. And what I need to do now is I got another Flight 2000 I gotta dig out. I really want a Revenge from Mars. Well, I want one and my wife wants one. So a Flight 2000 is like half the price of a Revenge from Mars. So this game right here, once it's done and I get paid for, and then once Matahari is done and paid for, that's going to be more than the Revenge from Mars price. So if I sell my Flight 2000, get that, take it, and I'm going to do the exact same thing with my other Flight 2000. This is the one I'm keeping right here. I have a brand new Playfield for it. This Playfield is roached. My other one has a decent Playfield, but I'm going to rebuild everything on it, and then I'm going to sell that. So if I can get that to MGC and sell it at MGC, I think that'd be a good thing. So yeah, I think if I can do that, I got a month. I have a month yet. So I gotta dig out my other Flight 2000. Matahari, I gotta work on a Playfield on that yet. I gotta do the swap. No, I've never had anything shipped. I'm afraid to do that. I think if I had anything shipped, it would have to be from somebody well known. You know, like you can go on Pinball Enthusiast or Pinside, and if it's a well-known seller, I guess there would be no issue. But some unknown that nobody knows. I think that's weird. You know what I mean? Everybody's got to do a transaction once. No. You tell them that you'll pay for goods and services, and then you'll pay the extra to cover whatever he's going to lose. That way you're covered. You know what I mean? You're better off paying an extra 30, 50 bucks, and that way you can get your money back. I did that with a couple people when I first got into the Cobra community and pinball community. People are like, just send me friends and family. I'm like, how about once I get to know you, I'll send you friends and family, but right now I'm just gonna do goods and services, and then once everything goes really good, I'm like, I got no problem doing friends and family. I'm like, you're still gonna get the same amount of money, so what's the difference? You know, if whatever the 10% or whatever that PayPal is gonna take out of it for goods and services, I'll just eat it, you know. You probably can't hear me that good because my snowball's way over here. There we go. There's my microphone. Isn't it pretty? Focus. There we go. It's called a blue snowball. Really retro looking. That's what I use for streaming. That thing does the job. You can be on the other side of the room and it sounds awesome. As you can see, I just had it sit on my pinball machine and I was pointing away from it and you could hear me. Dave's got the same one. He's got one that's slightly better. It's got I think it's got a 2 or 3 position switch on it so you can adjust for certain things. Oh, now look at that. Now I'm still dropping frames. On the bottom of my, just don't tap. On the bottom of my OBS, I got a green, red, and yellow square, and it changes colors as I drop frames. And it's not my computer. It's not my computer, it's the internet. There's nothing running on my computer at all. Oh, I turned my screen off. Son of a... There. Alright, with that, I think I'm going to kick it old school. I'll show you the rectifier board I'm working on. I got one bridge rectifier to put back on. I just do it close like that because I know we'll focus there. This is one of those Weeblies. It actually goes in like this. I have to put this rectifier on. Normally you see 3 big ones across the top, but these here and here are basically the same thing as that. So these you get in a kit. Yeah, I know, it looks crazy when all of a sudden I'm here and then I'm over here and then over here and then this is there and then there, and instead of going like this. But anyways, yes, this is a Weebly. I like these. You just get this board, it's plain, there's nothing, and then you get a bag with all these parts in it. And then you gotta solder them all on. But yeah, I have this rectifier to solder on yet. I just wanted to clean it all off to make it look all nice and pretty. Clean all the soldering crap. It is a fun project. It can be stressful, but it's fun. I just made a video about the fuses, a quick tip that will be on like Tuesday or Wednesday. A trick I learned about them. I'm not going to say what I learned about them, but it's in the video, so you got to watch that. But yeah, it's a fun project. You know, good hour or so and soldering, and you get it done. And then all the holes on the back are labeled really nice for where you put your board in. So yeah, I'll pull that out of Flight 2000. Why not? You can use nails. You just wrap them up in foil and they're perfect. they won't blow. Trust me. But yeah, no nails or no burnt fuses with foil wrapped around them, or 22s. I've seen 22s being used in pictures. Not sure if that was true or not, but I've seen 22 LRs snapped in here, and I don't believe that those are real. But anyways, yeah, these are awesome because they're, I think, $35 shipped, and then you build it versus what, $60 built from competitors. Anyways, yeah, I just got to put that one rectifier on it and then pull the whole assembly out of Flight 2000 and build it. And I got to hit the deck. Score reel, it's stuck on 7 for some reason. It's going tick, 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 tick. You heard that. So I'm almost wondering if a spring broke or something on it. Yes, they have an audible alert when they blow. So that's what's real nice about the 22 is you put them in your pinball machine that has a lot of shorts, and then the fuse will let you know when they blow, which is pretty cool. So just make sure when you put them in the 22 LRs and the fuse that they don't point towards you. When you put them in, point them towards other things. But yeah, they let you know when they blow, which is kind of a cool feature for using a 22 as a fuse. Anyways, audible alert, that is hilarious. But yeah, I think that's probably about it. I don't know what we're doing next Sunday. I do have games stashed. I don't feel this is a feasible project to show anymore on it, because what am I going to do? I'm just going to clean off that board the rest of the way. You guys already seen half of it done. We did the Playfield. We did, like every little part of the Playfield. Yeah, I hope nobody take that advice seriously. Yeah, the problem with Hit the Deck is I just went completely through that game last August. I completely went through that game. I had a problem with that score reel after I went through it. And now I got a problem with that same score reel again. So I think I'm going to take it completely apart and then solder all the points on the leaves. So I'm wondering if I got a spinner on it. Well, first I'm going to look to see if I got anything broke. It almost sounds like a spring is broke. It really seems like that, because I have my Superstar. My Superstar spring broke on Superstar, and it did the same thing. Everything just went, and then because the digit it's stuck on 7, and it's not like moving or anything. It's just solid, and you can hear it in the back of the game. So actually, you don't hear the. Now that I'm thinking about it, I hear the reset on the back, in the back of the cabinet. It's doing a tick 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 tick. So the score reel, it's probably I don't know. It could be. I can hear the score reel running, and then I can hear the reset relay now that I think of it in the head. So, I don't know. I'll have to drag it out. That's one of my wife's favorite games. I love playing it too. It's a great game. Hit the Deck, and then what? Neptune. Neptune is the better version. Or Atlantis. Neptune. Yeah. Neptune's the better version. That's to add a ball. Hit the Deck is add a game. I like it though. It's a fun game. It's an ass kicker though. It's a real good ass kicker. Oh, a rogue screw stuck between it. That will do it. That will totally do it. When I just took these apart and cleaned it, there was a whole bunch of solder laying underneath them. Yeah, a lot of times it has nothing to do with what you're working on. It's just interference with other things. But I was working on a Gulfstream, not mine, the Garcade's Gulfstream, and that was doing really, really odd stuff. And it ended up being the main wiring harness that was running through the game. There was so much dripped solder on that that it actually went through the cotton braid and connected different wires to each other. And every now and then they would just make the machine do totally goofy stuff. And I had to pick all that crap off there. And once I did it, the game was perfect. Oh, but anyways, I think that's about it. But yeah, I need to dig out that. I have in the room that's over here. I have Twinkie, another Lucky Ace. I did one of those the year before or whatever. Not last MGC, but the MGC before. I had a Lucky Ace. I have a Chicago Coin Pirate Gold that had a big fire on it. It was a customer game. I ended up buying it off the customer. So I told him, I said, for me to fix it, it's for you to repair it, it's going to be outrageous. I said, however, but if you want to sell it to me, I'll buy it. And then if I can fix it, I'll contact you and let you know. And then I got a Flight 2000 in there too. But I'm going to have to dig that Flight 2000. I really want to sell it. It's just, I haven't seen it in 3 years. Because I got this one. So that one I just left in there. That one that's got, I need to replace the caps and the diodes on this Playfield switches, because I get an intermittent one. It's in one of the matrix. I get an intermittent hit that will launch a ball up in the lock. So if you got balls that are stuck in the lock, out of the blue, boom, they'll just launch. So I'm going to replace the diodes and the caps on all the switches on a Playfield. It should be done anyways. It's, what, 40 years old, 42, 43 years old, something like that. But anyways, if you're watching this later on YouTube, there's going to be some cool stuff along the bottom here. I thank everybody for being a subscriber. Here's my link. Here's Midwest Gaming Classic. Let's talk about the Midwest Gaming Classic. I cannot leave without talking about that. I have to get to the thing because I don't have the correct dates. April 5th through the 7th, 2024, this year at the Baird Center in Milwaukee, will be the biggest game convention in the world. Yeah, no, it is. There's nothing like it anywhere. The reason why it's the biggest gaming convention of its type in the world, because it has every type of gaming aspect you can think, all melded into each other. You got your board gaming, your computer gaming, your console gaming, your arcade gaming, you got your role-play gaming, you got your card gaming, your board gaming. I know I'm repeating stuff over. Cosplay. Huge, stupid, ginormous vendor hall. You got all your games. They got a video game history that you can play. So if you want to play an old Atari 2600 with ET, they have that set up there with a console, big tube CRT TV, that you can play it, which is really cool. They got original Pong and all that cool old retro stuff that you can play. Instead of it just being a museum piece, it's actual a playing museum piece, which is totally cool. There will be all the latest pinball vendors there. You'll be able to play all the newest and greatest games out. You'll be able to buy games. I'm going to have one of my Flight 2000s there. I have to get this one working. And that other one, like I said, I want to sell it because I want a Revenge from Mars. This Vagabond will be there. I don't know if my Superstar is going to be there. I have it at my customer's house. They've been using it for almost the past year because if I had it here, it would be knocked down and in storage because I don't have room. I want to knock down this whole wall here. If I knock down this wall, I can put games like this, and then I can put games behind it, and then on the back wall I could put games again. So I can have 4 rows of games in my basement. So you can see I got games right here. They're lined up against this wall. So if I knock this wall out, I can put games so you can play right here. And then on the back of them, I'll have games that you can play like that. And then behind them, I'll have another game that you can play up against the other basement wall. That's how deep my basement is. If you've ever been in Dave Brennan's house, the one part of his basement mine is actually about this much wider than his. So which is really cool. Yes, yeah, I agree. I have met so many people at MGC that I've talked to, or I've just bumped into them and they're like, hey, you're Mark's Basement Arcade, or I'm just sitting here playing a game and they're like, hey, can I get in on that? And then I end up playing like pinball with them, and then we just end up following, hey, you want to go play another one? You can go play this one, you can go play this one. I've met good people that way. It is crazy because everybody at MGC, you become their friend, because it's you have that mentality of going there. You want to have fun, you want to play some games, and that's my mentality when I go there too. Everybody's mentality is the exact same there. I want to go and board game like crazy, so I'm going to go and board game, and you're going to find other people that want to board game with you. And maybe it's a game that they never played before, but they wanted to play, and they say, you play, and they're like, hey, can I join in? And yeah, you can meet tons of your best friends. I met Dave through MGC. Well, it wasn't through MGC, it was through part of MGC, the game night lock-in. That's how I met Dave. So, and we're great friends, and it's just like, yeah, that's how you meet people. You connect, and otherwise I would have never met Dave before if it wasn't for that. I would have talked to him, like this, but I would have never met Dave through anything. It's like Board Dog. I met him through the streaming and stuff like that, but he actually came here in person to pick up a game from Ryan, and I got to meet Board Dog in person, so that was pretty cool. And he'll be at MGC too, if you know who Board Dog is. But yeah, that's how I've met a lot of super, super cool people, was at MGC. Like I said, nobody goes there as a dick, so we can get to, well, there are some there. I have to say, yes, there are some. But no, it isn't like going to a fair or what do you call it, an arcade, that just people go there to waste time. Most of the people that go there are going to MGC because they have a goal. They want to hang out with people that are like them. I want to go hang out with pinball people. I want to hang out with people that I haven't met yet and become friends with them. Yeah, that's what I love about MGC. And if you haven't gone there, you need to go there. I'm sorry that I always go overboard with MGC, but they're the reason why I am here, because I do all this. This is all free for MGC. It's all free viewing, all my tech stuff. That's why I got my link right there. If you want to follow me, I do more videos that are more in-depth, and I get the camera right in there. More how-to stuff. This is harder to do it because I'm live. I can't position a camera good and stuff like that. It just... But this is all donation I do here for MGC, because I believe in the MGC message. So yeah, please come if you can make it. If you're on the edge about going, I guarantee you're going to go over the edge once you get there, and you're going to be hooked, and you're going to be like, damn, why didn't I go this years ago? Which really sucks is I lived right down the block from the old convention center where MGC was. It was literally 5-minute drive from my house, and I never went. I would see it every year. I'm like, oh, we should go to that. I didn't really know too much what it was about. I knew I'd go by and I'd see pinball machines being unloaded and stuff, and I never went, and I totally regret that I haven't been going to it for all these years. I just started in 2020, I think maybe it was my first year, and I met a ton of good people, a ton of good people. It's just from all over the states, and I think I met a couple from other countries too. But yeah, go to MGC. Oh, they're a week apart. Yeah, it's kind of like Texas Pinball Festival too. Is like right before Midwest Gaming Classic. So I know people that are like, oh, I can't go to both. I'm gonna go to Texas because Texas is a dedicated pinball thing, and Midwest Gaming Classic isn't. It's well, if you want anything pinball, I would say go to Texas Pinball Festival because, well, or like yours, the Fantastic New England, because that's where all the like vendors are going to be for like parts and stuff like that. You don't get too much of it at MGC, but however, like Marco will give you free shipping if you go there and you get their code. They'll give you that. But yeah, if you're really hard into pinball, I would say go to the actual, the pinball events. But MGC, it's if you're into anything. This convention center is huge, and they fill up the whole convention center. I don't know about this year because it's so big. I want to go to Texas. I do. If I had extra money this year, I just sold my 2003 Mustang Cobra, so I used all that money to get completely out of debt. So now I have more money freed up to use, but I don't have the time this year to go to Texas, but I really, really want to go to Texas one of these years. I should be at Pinball Expo this year. I'm for sure going to the Pinball Olympics. My wife's never been to one, so I'm going to take her to Pinball Olympics. But anyways, yeah, if you can go to these things where you can meet people that are like you, I totally 100% say do it. You can meet people with your same mindset. That's like the best thing you can do. I've met so many cool people. Yeah, you got to go to them. But anyways, like again, there's going to be cool stuff along the bottom here. If you're watching it on YouTube, not live, this will be recorded. That's why up here I have the chat. So everybody can see what we're seeing, because on my computer right here, I have a big chat window that only I can see. So I put this one here. So later on in chat, you can read right here. My fingers are. You can read right here what we're talking about. But anyways, so yeah, Sunday, I don't know what we're doing. I have no idea. I have games there. I have games there. And I have a game out in the garage. Maybe I'll do the game out in the garage, because yeah, that'd probably be a good one. So yeah, I'll be back next week. It's Sunday at 2. Now I'll have more pinball ideas for you, and you'll have things you'll want to talk about, and I will too. Take care, everybody. Thank you all for being subscribers or followers or all that cool stuff. You guys are awesome, and I hope I can meet all you guys at MGC or in person somewhere someday. So take care, everybody, and later.